A very good morning to all of you, dear children. Our today's topic is heredity and evolution. Now, when we see the lesson heading heredity and evolution, these are two different terms. Whereas heredity means the transfer of information from one generation to another generation. Okay, evolution is nothing but the gradual changes which are taking place through several generations. Let's say the human being evolved from chimpanzees or monkeys, so that complete procedure will come under evolution. So in today's class we'll be studying only about heredity. Okay, so let's see what is heredity. Heredity is transfer of biological characters from one generation to another generation via genes. Now, so here heredity is nothing but what? Transfer of biological characters from one generation to another generation via genes. So what is biological characters here? Biological characters can be many things. Let's say color of our eyes, it can be long hair, it can be, or any disease, it can be, or skin color, the shape of our let's say the length of our fingers, the shape of the earlobes, anything. So all these will come under biological characters. So heredity is nothing but transfer of these biological characters from one generation to another generation via genes. Now let's say if any person is suffering from diabetes, if we ask them what may be the reason of their diabetes or hypertension, that is high blood pressure, they say it is heredity. That means their grandparent used to have it, or their father had it, that's why they got the same disease. Let's say if we see some beautiful woman who has long hair, if we ask her what is the secret of long hair, they'll be saying, oh, my mother used to have long hair, or my grandmother used to have long hair. That means the character has been transferred from one generation to another generation. Now the question arises, how this character got inherited from one generation to another generation. Now this character has been transferred from one generation to another generation via genes. Now the question arises, what are these genes? Okay, so last year in your 9th standard you have studied the structure of DNA. Okay, this is how the double helix structure of DNA resembles. Okay, now you know these DNA is made up of nitrogenous bases. It may be adenine, it may be thymine, it may be guanine or cytosine, or adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, any nitrogenous bases it is made up of. Now the part of the DNA which is getting expressed in the individual is nothing but genes. Okay, so we'll study further how it will be getting expressed or whatever, but now, as of now, in the introduction of heredity, we'll see some historical things. Let's say who made contributions in the field of heredity, how the things got discovered. So all these things we'll be seeing as of now. Okay, now when we are talking about the heredity, so the name which comes to our mind when we study about heredity, that is nothing but Johann Gregor Mendel. So about Mendel we have studied in the 9th standard, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, and Mendel's laws of genetics, that is nothing but law of segregation, law of independent assortment. All these we have seen in our previous class. But as of now, so this Johann Gregor Mendel is the father of genetics. He is the father of genetics. In the year 1886 he made a lot of elaborate research, okay, on monohybrid crosses pea plant, which we have studied their 7 contrasting traits he has taken. So all these last year which we have studied, these were all made by Johann Mendel, okay, our Johann Gregor Mendel. It was made in the year 1886, okay. So he is termed as father of genetics. Now what is genetics? Genetics is nothing but it is a field of science which deals with the transfer of information from one generation to another generation, the study of genes, chromosomes, DNA, RNA as genetic material. All these will come under in the field of genetics, okay. So Johann Gregor Mendel was the first person who made elaborate research in the field of genetics. That's why he is honored as father of genetics. Now there was one more discovery, remarkable discovery was made in the year 1901 by Hugo de Vries. Now what this Hugo de Vries has discovered, Hugo de Vries have discovered the sudden changes which are taking place in the structure of DNA. Sudden changes in the structure of DNA, okay. So these sudden changes are termed as mutations. So what are these sudden changes? Let's say this is the structure of DNA. If suddenly there is adenine here, if it is replaced by thymine or if it is replaced by guanine, so there is a sudden change in the structure of DNA, okay. So these sudden changes were termed as mutations, and it was discovered for the first time by Hugo de Vries in the year 1901. Now later in the year 1902 there was one more discovery by Walter and Sutton, okay. So this Walter and Sutton, they discovered paired chromosomes in the cells of grasshopper. Okay. Now what are these chromosomes? It's a paired chromosomes, that means 2 chromosomes which are connected to each other. So what are these chromosomes? Chromosomes are nothing but when let's say this is the DNA, this is how loosely present within the nucleus of the cell. This is all we know, okay. So during mitosis or during meiosis, that means during cell division, when the information has to transfer from one cell to another cell, what will happen? This DNA will get coiled like this, okay. The DNA will get coiled, okay. This coiled DNA is termed as chromosome, okay. The DNA which is coiled is termed as chromosome. Now what is the importance of this discovery here? That the genes, they are getting transferred, beside the biological characters are getting transferred from one generation to another generation via genes. So how these genes are moving from one generation to another generation? These genes are transferred via chromosomes. These chromosomes will move from one while cell division, these chromosomes will move from let's say they get copied from one cell to another cell, okay. That's how the genes will also move from one cell to another cell via chromosomes. So that means here genes are transferred via chromosomes. Now And so this is all information we have seen. First is nothing but heredity. Heredity is transfer of biological characters from one generation to another generation via genes. Now, who had made a lot of contribution in the field of genetics? That was nothing but Johann Gregor Mendel in the year 1886. Okay. Now, after that, in the year 1901, okay, there was one more scientist termed as Hugo de Vries. Okay, this Hugo de Vries, he has discovered the sudden changes taking place in the structure of DNA, and we termed those sudden changes as mutations. Now, after that, in the year 1902, there were two scientists, Walter and Sutton. So these Walter and Sutton, they have discovered paired chromosomes in the cells of grasshopper. Okay, so what is the importance of these chromosomes? These chromosomes carry genes. Okay, chromosomes are nothing but DNA, but here the DNA is coiled, and this coiled phase of DNA is seen during cell division. Okay. Okay, there were, now let's continue further. In the year 1944, there were three scientists. Okay, so these three scientists were Oswald, Avery, McLean, McCarthy, and Colin MacLeod. Okay, these three scientists, they have discovered that in all the living organisms, DNA is the genetic material. That means DNA is responsible for carrying the information from one generation to another generation. So this DNA, they termed as genetic materials in all organisms, in all living organisms, all living organisms. Whereas, okay, in all living organisms, but there was an exception. Okay, except viruses, except viruses. Okay, so they said that all the living organisms has DNA as their genetic material except viruses, but there is now, as the discovery continued, there are few viruses as of now in this world who has DNA as the genetic material. That is exception. But during 1944, at the time of 1944, there were three scientists, Oswald Avery, McLean McCarthy, and Colin MacLeod. They said that DNA is present as genetic material in all the living organisms except viruses. Viruses, okay. Now the question arises, then what viruses has genetic material apart from DNA? That is your question. That is the question for today. You can answer it to my personal number after knowing. Okay, viruses carry dash as genetic material. Okay, now in the year 1961, there were two scientists, Francois Jacob and Jack Monod. They gave the process of protein synthesis. They gave the process of protein synthesis through DNA in bacterial cells. Okay, to understand this, I would like to explain. I told you that if any human being has a long hair, they will be saying that it is heredity, through their parents they had it. Now let's say when we talk about our skin, when we talk about the nails, when we talk about the hair, the entire human body, whatever it is, okay, it is made up of generally proteins. Now the information is transferred via DNA, that is genes. Okay, so how it is related to proteins then? Okay, now what is happening, when the DNA is getting transferred from one generation to another generation, this DNA has the information which protein has to be made. Okay, let's say if it has the let's say if it has to make the tyrosine, if it has made to like if it has information to make a tryptophan, tyrosine, if it has any information, let's say to make tendons, ligaments, these are all nothing but proteins. Our hair molecules, our nails, these are all made up of proteins, right? So which protein has to be made? Okay, that information is present in the DNA. So in the year 1961, Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod, what they said, this DNA, from this DNA the protein is synthesized. Okay, and how it is synthesized, it was shown in the bacterial cells. Okay, so in this chapter, in this lesson, as of now, if you are studying heredity, we'll be studying about how these proteins are getting synthesized inside the human body or inside any living organism in general. Okay, now, so by studying this Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod technique of protein synthesis through DNA, we can synthesize various proteins now via different types of DNA. And now, so when this discovery was made, we were able to discover different hidden codons present in the structure of DNA. Present in the structure of DNA. Now, what are these codons in the structure of DNA? Now, let's say what are these different codons. So, different hidden codons were discovered. Now, let's say if we are talking about the DNA, now these are the DNA is double helical structure. It is made up of two strands. If you recall from the 9th standard, okay, they are made up of two strands of DNA. We are talking only about the single strand as of now. Okay, only one strand. Now it may be made up of 4 nitrogenous bases. It may be adenine, it may be thymine, it may be guanine, it may be cytosine, again cytosine, guanine, thymine, adenine, any order. Okay, now these 3 nitrogenous bases will code for one amino acid. Okay, now let's say if ATG is a codon, okay, it will code for one type of amino acid. If CCC is a codon, it will code for different amino acid. Now these amino acids will combine together. These amino acids will combine together to form a protein. This is how protein is formed. So these hidden codons, so these codons are different for different amino acids. Okay, if different amino acids are synthesized, different proteins will be formed. Okay, now for today we are done with the class. I mean for this video at least. We'll continue later in our next video. Thank you.